Hello you boosted people and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a very special video. As you guys know, I use my bullet journal to stay productive. I always have a list of the projects that I'm working on and the next actions that I need to take. I like writing brain dumps and making to-do lists so that I know that, I don't forget important tasks and things that I need to do. However, I wanted to create a system that would keep me even more productive, and that's how the Boosted Challenge was born. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the spread and how you can use it to challenge yourself in order to stay more productive. So I have designed some printables that you can find in the link down below. I have designed an A4 printable and an A5 printable so that you can either have a bigger version of the challenge or a smaller version that you can put in your journal. First of all, let's have a look at the spread. The upper part of the spread is where you decide what you want to focus on, where you set your goal, a reward, and where you also set the starting date and ending date of your challenge. In the middle of the spread, you can see 7 boxes, and since this is a 7-day productivity challenge, one box represents 1 day. At the bottom of the spread, there are 2 different sections. One where you review your goal, and another one where you reflect on how productive you were and on what you could have done better. Now guys, it's time to start filling our challenge in. The very first thing you do is to decide what you want to focus on. For this video, I'm going to focus on an upcoming physics exam that I need to study for. The goal that I want to achieve is to review all of my physics chapter from chapter 1 all the way through chapter 5. When you set a goal up, it's always better to be as precise and as clear as possible. This way, it'll be easier for you to know whether you actually achieved the goal or not. Then it's important to set a reward up, so in case you actually achieve your goal, you know what you're gonna get in return. For me, that's gonna be a new washi roll. Then it's time to decide when you want to start the challenge and when you want to end it. The Boosted Challenge is a 7-day challenge that you can either start on Monday and finish it on Sunday or on any other given day. Once you're done with that, it's time to do our daily time planning. In order to do that, I'm gonna use the boxes and I'm going to explain how these boxes work. So first of all, as you can see here, you use 1 box per day and each box is divided into 2 sections. The lower half of the box is where you're going to put in the time that you plan on working on your project. This is something that you have to plan in advance before you start the challenge, and what you're going to do is that you're going to plan for the whole 7 days before you start the challenge. The upper half is where you're going to put the real amount of time that you actually work on your challenge. You are going to fill this in as you progress throughout your week. The best way for me to know whether I have time or not to work on my challenge is to have a look at my weekly spread, see when I'm free and where I'm not, and according to that, I'm going to decide how many hours I'm going to work on my challenge, which is reviewing my 5 physics chapters. Once I'm done with that, I'm going down to the extra box and I'm gonna put in the lower half the total amount of time that I plan on working. So generally speaking, as you can see here, all of the lower halves are what you plan for. In my case, as you can see here, I plan on working 7 hours on my project. Now it's finally time to start working on my focus point. So each day I'm challenging myself to work at least the amount of hours that I planned for, and I'm filling the boxes in as the week progresses. And of course, even when I don't work because I'm being lazy or because life happens, I always make sure that I fill the box for the occurring day in. Now, as you'll notice, there will be days when you work less than you planned, days when you work more than you planned, days when you don't work at all. That's totally fine, but it's important that you are consistent and that you fill each of the boxes in. Because the data that you're gonna have after filling this in is going to be very, very important for improving your productivity system. So now the week is over, and what we're gonna do is that we're gonna sum up all the time that we actually worked, and we're going to compare that number with the original number of hours that we wanted to work. You can do that in the extra box that you find in the lower part of your challenge. So as you can see here, if I sum everything up, I come up with 5.5 hours, which means that I work 1.5 hours less than what I actually planned for. Now you're gonna ask yourself whether you reach your goal or not. In my case, I did review up to chapter 5, which means that I actually reached my goal. Once you answer that question, it's important to reflect on how many hours you spent working, how many hours you actually planned working, and whether you achieve your goal or not. In my case, since I reached the goal within less time that I had planned for, I could have aimed for a bigger goal. Just remember, there is always room for improvement. A fun way to analyze your data is to use color coding. Now, as you can see here, I set a super easy color code that goes from red all the way to green according to how many hours I spent. And basically, if you have the same color in the box, that means that you were very accurate and then you studied the same amount of hours that you wanted to. And you can easily see where you worked more than you planned for or where you worked less that you planned for. Now, one of the main points of this challenge is to help you realize how you can improve your productivity skills and especially your time management skills. That's why it's important to know whether you reach your goal or not within a fixed amount of time so that you can improve the way you work generally. Now, I know that it can be hard to know what to improve. That's why I came up with all of the different cases that you could occur, according to whether you reach your goal or not, and whether you reach the goal within the fixed time or in more or less time. First of all, if you achieve your goal within the fixed time, that means that you know very well how to plan and that you can probably aim for more. Then if you achieve your goal in less time than planned, you could have probably aimed for a bigger goal, right? If you achieve your goal in more time than planned, that means that you probably underestimated how much time you would spend working on that goal, so you need to plan more time next time. Now, if you did not achieve your goal within the fixed time, that means that you probably needed more time to work on it, or probably because you got lazy. If you did not achieve your goal and you actually spent less time than planned, that means that you probably were lazy and you did not stick to the plan, or probably that life happens, you'll do better next time. If you did not achieve your goal even though you spent more time than planned, that means that you probably overestimated your goal and you should aim for a smaller, achievable one. Before we end this video, I wanted to say a special thank to my friend Tanya over Twinkly Tanya because she helped with the challenge. She was a beta tester for the challenge and her review has been extremely helpful for me to create the best version of the Booster Challenge. So I hope you guys will take the challenge. You can find all the printables in the link down below, and if you do create your own challenge, don't forget to share the pictures on Instagram and to tag me on them with the hashtag #TheBoosterChallenge so that I can see your own challenges. I hope this video was helpful and that this challenge will help you stay more productive, and as usual, I wish you guys a great day and stay boosted. Thank you.